Good afternoon, Be Well community. We are so thrilled that you are here for a very special segment that we have in store, not just for our kids in heart that are on the line, but for our actual kiddos that may be tuning in on their spring break or even after the fact watching this recording. Today, we are so excited to be partnering with our diversity, equity, and inclusion team to bring to you Be Well Kids, a celebration in honor of Women's History Month all throughout the month of March. Our song of the day was selected by our diversity, equity, and inclusion team, and it was the song Run the World Girls by the one and only Beyonce. Unfortunately, Facebook doesn't let us listen to music, but if you would like to take a listen to this song, we definitely recommend you tuning into this and finding it after the fact to jam along. We'll tell you why this was the song of the day, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer to find out why this was the selected choice. To get started here, for our adults that may be tuning in and watching today, we have a Menti code here on the screen that allows us to interact with the slides. Kiddos, with your parents' permission, you may also log in and participate on Menti. You'll see the code here on the screen that will give us access. It is 1348. 2191. And what Menti allows us to do is it allows us to interact all together here online with our segment here today. In Be Well, we always follow a very specific set of practices that allow us to get settled and get ready to take care of our brains. So in order to do so, I'm going to pass it off to Miss Bailey to help us with our very first practice of the day. Hey, Bailey.
Hey, Lexi, thank you. I'm so excited to have a special guest to help me today. This is my daughter, Kennedy. She'll be helping out sometimes too. I think we're getting to have a little bit of a shy feeling right now.
Don't put me on the spotlight.
Sorry. So we are going to do our first practice, which is just kind of checking in to see how our brains and bodies are doing right now. So what I'm going to ask or invite you to do is take a big, deep breath into your belly. Can you take a big, deep breath? Take a longer exhale out. And then ask yourself how you're doing in this very moment. And now that can be anywhere from 0, where you're feeling great, everything is cupcakes and rainbows, all the way up to 5, where maybe it feels really scary and overwhelming, and you might even be deserving of some help from a grown-up. All numbers are welcome. Wherever we are in this moment is just where we are meant to be. And we're going to try to think of that number or place a number to that the best we can. So as we see these numbers popping up, again, we're just going to take this as information. This tells us where we're starting. And then what I'm going to ask us to do or think about as we go through our experience today is notice if there are any moments where that number gets higher, or maybe those big feelings get bigger, or if there are a number of times where that number gets lower, where our big feelings maybe get a little bit smaller and feel a little less overwhelming. And we're going to try to take note of that in our brains, because that's really important information that helps us know, hey, these things, the singing or the song Girls Run the World brings my number down, or having to be on screen, ooh, that makes my number go a little bit higher. All of that is important information and helpful for us.
Mama, I'm with.
Okay, so we have a little bit of wiggles over here, and we are going to do a mindfulness activity that's going to help us with some of those wiggles. I do see that some of our friends are maybe sitting in places where they can't stand. So this video encourages us to stand, but if that's not possible for you right now, you can try these motions and these activities seated as well. So we're going to watch a video. If you've ever played the game Bop It, They tell you when you have to do a certain activity, but you have to be a really good listener to listen for the directions. So they might tell you to run in place. And if you're sitting, you can run with your arms like this really fast. They may tell you to skip. Does everybody know how to skip? Lexi does have the identical reactions as the word buffet. So they might tell you to skip. They might tell you to run in place. They might tell you to hop. So if you're seated, do your best. And if you want to and feel like you would like to, you can stand up and join us. And then we'll talk a little bit about what that was like here at the end. Lexi's going to play our video for us.
Bop it! Okay, I remember my first time playing Bop It. Listen, do it, repeat. Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Run it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it.
Jump it.
Run it. Run it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Skip it.
Come on. Jump it.
Run it.
Jump it.
Hop it.
Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Skip it.
Come on.
Run it. Hop it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Hop it.
Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Run it. Hop it.
Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Run it.
Jump it. Jump it. Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Skip it.
Come on.
Run it. Hop it.
Come on. Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Run it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it.
Jump it.
Run it. Run it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Skip it.
Come on. Jump it.
Run it.
Jump it.
Hop it.
Jump it.
Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Skip it.
Come on.
Run it. Hop it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it. Hop it.
Jump it.
Skip it. Run it. Hop it.
Jump it.
Skip it. Hop it. Run it.
Jump it. Jump it. Jump it.
Skip it. Hop it. Skip it. Run it. Hop it.
Come on.
Skip it.
Jump it.
Hop it. Run it.
Jump it.
Run it. Hop it. Run it. Run it.
Jump it.
Hop it. Skip it. Skip it.
Come on.
Hop it.
Jump it.
Run it.
Whew, okay, that was trickier than I anticipated. We practiced, but not enough. Whew, okay, deep breath in. Big breath out. We had a guest appearance by one of our kitties. There's always cat action in our house. What did you all notice? I am noticing that I am out of breath. What else did everyone notice?
Here, I'll go get you some water.
Thank you. Support person.
There's a lot of comments in here, Bailey, from throughout between ready for nap it, to cat commentary, who run the world cats, taking the rest of the day off for recovery. Lots of big winners and heroes here on the line. And a lot of sweat. Who else needs a shower after that one?
I had to sit down. Not only was I out of breath, but your girl almost lost her headphones in this. Y'all know I got to stay connected.
Well, thank you all for trying or watching and entertaining yourselves as we ran and jumped and skipped and hopped all over the place.
And had kitties that we annoyed.
Yes, we did that too. Our brains might feel a little dizzy, but hopefully we got some wiggles out and are ready for this amazing segment. So I get to pass it back off so we get to start to learn about Women's History Month with our amazing teams.
Oh, thank you, Bailey and Kennedy, for helping us to get our brains ready to go, to get our bodies ready to go, to sit and listen as we prepare for what we have in store for the rest of this afternoon. So what we have been so thrilled to work with our diversity, equity, and inclusion team on is a very special segment honoring Women's History Month that takes place all throughout the month of March. So what we have available to everyone who is watching here today is a special sheet where you are able to follow along with this exact activity that we have planned. So what we had put together as a team is a special worksheet that allows us to name a woman throughout history that inspires us, as well as be able to describe her in ways that really make her meaningful to us by sharing a picture, reasons why she inspires us, what makes us both similar, as well as a special song that reminds me of her. Before we welcome in our very special guests who completed this activity, we'll be sure to drop in this link for everyone who's watching on Facebook as well as on Zoom to get connected to this. And this is the point in time that I get to be quiet and welcome in Kiki and Marley to help us set the example of this activity as well as welcome our guests. So off to you, Kiki and Marley.
Also known as Marquis.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to be here with you today. Today, we are going to celebrate women's history. We celebrate our histories, our legacies, and our futures. We celebrate naming our women. There are no lost women on today's segment, and I'm going to share a poem with you in just a moment that relates to that line. There are no lost women on today's segment because we get to spend the next hour discussing the women who have inspired us and to hear the voices of our beautiful young guests and women who will lead our society to a better place. Today's segment is dedicated to the mothers who are the backbones of our families, to the grandmothers who propel ancestry and stories, to all of those who identify as female. We celebrate you. To the women who are not thanked or elevated enough, to the women who hold up other women and celebrate our collective successes, to all of our young women who stand on the shoulders of those who came before and who are carving out new destinies and redefining what womanhood and girl power means, we thank you and we see you. And I'm going to pull up this quick poem by a poet named Lucille Clifton. She was actually a Black female poet who studied at Howard University, which is a historically Black college. She was discovered by the poet Langston Hughes, and her poetry focuses on strength through adversity. So it seemed like it was fitting with our theme today. And the poem is called Lost Women. And it says, I need to know their names. Those women I would have walked with jauntily the way men go in groups, swinging their arms, and those sweating women whom I would have joined after a hard day to chew the fat, who would have called each other laughing, joking into our beer. Where are my gangs, my teams, my mislaid sisters, all the women who could have known me? Where in the world are their names? So today we get to say some of their names and celebrate all of the amazing women in our lives. And I'm going to turn it over to the amazing Kiki Rover, and she's going to get us started.
Yes, thank you so much, Marley. And I feel like you picked the most perfect poem to get us kicked off and started in this conversation. So thank you for always finding the words and the language to put behind the meaning of our segments on Be Well. If you have not already, like we said before, Lexi has already introduced this form that we have available. And I would also encourage you to get your kiddos involved in utilizing this form to talk about Women's History Month. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce our lovely, wonderful guests that we have online today. We've got Elle, Esther, Jillian, and Naomi. And so I'm going to start off with first Ellie and Naomi. I know you both are together and you are sisters. Hi, beautiful girls. How's it going?
Good.
Did you get up and jump around during that mindfulness, or were you like, it's spring break, I'm chillaxing?
No, we did as we sat down.
Cool. Well, as long as you are on today and helping us out with this, I mean, we can't complain really. So thanks for helping us and our team talk about Women's History Month. So I'm going to tell everybody, Ellie is age 9. She's in the 4th grade. And I have here that your hobbies and your sports is you love to dance and you love to read. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also have that your favorite snack is Sour Patch Kids. Do you have a favorite color out of the or flavor out of the Sour Patch Kids?
Blue and red.
Blue and red. That's good stuff. I feel like my teeth are hurting just thinking about Sour Patch Kids. And Naomi, I have that you are 15 years old and in the 9th grade, and your hobbies and sports are dance and track, which I've seen some of your dance work, and you are an amazing, beautiful dancer. Your favorite snack foods is just sugar, and you love desserts. Is that correct?
I guess.
So, each one of you, I know that you have chosen a woman that you would like to talk about. So I'm going to let you all just tell me a little bit about who you chose and why.
Okay, I'll go first. I chose Ariana Grande because it's she's nice and she has a 4-octave vocal range.
She does. She is a powerhouse with her voice, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. What about you, Naomi? Who did you choose?
I chose Erica Badu because of the way that she like expresses herself in the music.
Yes, she's so artsy. She like oozes art and music, right?
Mm.
I love that. So, in thinking about like music or tunes that would best identify the women that you all chose, did you have a song in mind that you're like, I would match this song with this person? Or since you both chose musical artists, do you have a favorite song or album that you love from them?
I don't know. I kind of like thinking mix, I guess.
Yes.
I would say Bag Lady. I did that one. That one is like my favorite.
Naomi, I feel like you and I, like our paths are like right there side by side, because that's one of my favorite jams, Bag Lady. If you haven't heard Bag Lady before, go ahead and download Bag Lady by Erica Badu. Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you all so very much. Did you have anything else you want to tell us about the person that you chose?
You want more to speak?
Oh.
Tell me more.
She is.
Okay. What about you? Did you have anything else that you want to tell us, Naomi?
No, it's I really like her.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. I love her creativity and her sense of style too. She definitely does like set her own trend, which is pretty cool. All right. Thank you, ladies, so very much. Just hang on a little bit and we are going to listen to some of our other folks that are on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Esther, are you still on? Let's see. Where are you, Esther? There she is. Hey, Esther. How's it going? Good. Now, I know you were in your seat. Did you try to do any of those moves doing the mindfulness game? No. It's okay. I should have tried to do them in my seat from the start. Okay, so Esther is 10 years old and she's in the 4th grade and she enjoys gymnastics, tennis, and reading and art, right? I know you are an avid reader for sure. And your favorite snack food is brownies. Oh, do you have a favorite type of brownies or anything? Chocolate? Kind of. Okay. Okay. All right. So, can you tell me a little bit about the person you chose, the woman you chose in celebration of Women's History Month?
Yeah, they can hear you. Okay, I know. Go ahead and tell Kiki.
Tell me all about it, Esther.
I chose Dr. Wangari Maathai.
Yes. Tell me more.
Why does she inspire you?
She inspires me because she started the Green Belt movement.
Can you tell me more about what that movement is?
It's a movement where they plant trees all over the world.
Oh my goodness, that's right. That's super cool. Do you know why they decided to start this green movement?
Because the people and animals were sick.
That's right. Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely. So, do you have a song or anything that best describes the woman that inspires you?
With My Own Two Hands by Ben Harper.
Or listen, these kids. Oh my goodness, that's such a good one, Esther. Oh, you chose an excellent one. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else you would like to share about the person you chose? No.
Oh, Trevor. Esther has Wangari on her shirt.
Do you really? Can I see? Oh my goodness. Where did you find that? I love it.
Where did we find it, Mom?
Pick up kids.
Nice. And did you have a book in your hand as well? What's the book?
Dr. Wangari plants a forest.
Wow. So we could actually buy books, kid books, to learn more about Dr. Wangari. Is that correct?
Yes.
Nice. Well, Esther, that is awesome. And I think you just put on everyone else's radar another woman that we could look into and honor. So thank you. Thank you for that. And for those of us who have green thumbs and also care about the earth, I mean, we're about to dig into this greenbelt action, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Esther. Wait, Esther, I forgot to ask, do you have a green thumb?
You grow plants?
I've tried to, but we never watered it.
Respect. Not all of us are extra great at it, but we can get behind the cause, right, Esther?
Yep.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for being on. I'm going to move along to the next person. Jillian, are you still on?
Yeah.
Hey, Jillian, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Awesome. I'm going to read a little bit of who you are. So, Jillian is 13 years old and she's in the 7th grade. And Jillian plays softball and volleyball. Nice. And your favorite snack is spicy, sweet, chili Doritos. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Nice. I also have some of those and they are delicious. And when you use them as nachos, it's a game changer. So I don't know if you've done that before,
I
Jillian.
have not.
Well, Jillian, thanks for being on with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about the woman in history that you chose?
Yeah. So I did Ruby Bridges. She was the first Afro-American person to go to an all-white school in 1960. She was only 6 when she started kindergarten. But yeah.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine being in Ruby's shoes?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it
But
is. Being the first kiddo to be a part of an integrated school, that had to be tough. In kindergarten, too.
yeah.
Yeah. When the
No,
world around
I
us
was
is already
researching
so big.
about her. I was researching about her, and she had this interview, and she said when she was 6, when she was walking down that sidewalk, there were 2 marshals standing around her because that's what the government asked for her to do. And she thought it was everybody celebrating Mardi Gras because everyone was yelling.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know she
Yeah.
had spoken to that experience and her point of view from being a young child in that situation.
Yeah.
Wow. Mardi Gras. I'm sure she wished she could have held on to that perspective of the memory for however long, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Marley just dropped in the chat that she is still alive today and she lives in New Orleans.
She does. Yep. She is, I think it said 58 or 56. But yeah.
That also like just shows like how close in proximity, like time wise, that segregation is really not that far away from where we are today.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Did you have a song that best lined up or described or you felt like vibed with who Ruby Bridges is?
Yeah. I did Little Girl by Faith Mary. I liked her lyrics a lot because I felt like it went with her. So.
Yes, that's a good one. I feel like we've got a Be Well playlist now. A little bit of a playlist from today's segment. And Jillian, did you have anything else you would like to share about this person, or do you feel like you can relate to this person in any way?
One thing is she started a foundation. It's called the Ruby Bridges Foundation, and it's supposed to help with equal rights for everyone who goes to any school.
Oh
I
my
just feel like that's
goodness.
a good part of her help because she's a civil rights activist and author. So
Yes, Ruby's just out there checking all the boxes, right?
yeah.
That's so cool. And Marley's been dropping some links in here with information on playlist and resources. So maybe we can get that link to Ruby Bridges Foundation as well and drop that in here, which I'm sure Marley is already on it. So thank you so much, Jillian. This was fantastic. You all did an amazing job in bringing forth women that you honor. And just like Marley said before, by mentioning their names, that's honoring them, bringing their names to the forefront, bringing it in the space. People who may not have ever thought that a group of kids in Springfield, Missouri would be online talking about how they are great influencers and play a major role in how we want to be when we grow up. So thank you all so very much. Any other words, any other thoughts you would like to share? Okay, I'm going to ask some of our folks that are on if you have a woman that you would like to mention and honor. Go ahead and drop it in the chat or unmute and tell us all about the person that you would like to chat about or honor. I know for myself, I thought about someone named Laverne Cox. If you are not familiar with Laverne Cox, she is a trans woman, and she has really just taken on uh, the the stigma of what it means to be an actress and has stepped outside of the box, has stepped outside of what we tend to see, what a woman is, quote unquote, and has really put herself out there and not just changing how the world views women in entertainment, but also she advocates for trans rights. So she is a trailblazer, and she has really paved the way for other trans women to come into the industry and be their authentic self and owning who they are. So I don't know if Laverne Cox will ever see our segment, but if she does, shout out to you, girl. You doing it. Anyone else would like to unmute? Marley, I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk about anyone in particular, but opening the space for any other folks that would like to chat about a woman that has influenced them in history.
I'll share, Kiki. So my two women that inspire me would be my grandmother, and I also have always been inspired by Angela Davis. She is still alive, and she's an amazing educator. She's an activist. She's an author. I have always appreciated that she just wears her hair the way she does, and she is who she is. And so those are the two women that I think inspire me on a regular basis.
Listen, there's no fro like Angela Davis fro. She is hair goes for us all. Anyone else wanted to chat about? I see some things are going on in our chat. We've got Harper chose her Aunt Meredith, who is a chemist working to find treatments for MS. That is incredible. Shout out to Aunt Meredith. Let's see. There's a movie called Ruby Bridges put out by Disney. So yes, if you there's books, there's movies about Ruby, absolutely. And Kennedy, you had Jane Goodall as a person. Oh, did we hide? Did we hide? Maybe the cat wants to speak for us, Kennedy. Anyone else want to take this time to honor someone? Oh, you all are getting some love in the chat to our guests. So inspired by our youth and our community. You all are incredible. Way to go. This next generation, they've got it. They are putting in the work already. It's incredible. Oh, Taylor Allison Swift. How can we honestly talk about women and the influence of women without mentioning Taylor Allison Swift? We can't. It's impossible. So all of you T Swift folks that are out there, let's see. She was the first person to hold all top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. She advocated for artists in Apple Music and fights for artists to own their music. And check out her song, The Man, for more. Anybody else want to, tag on to the T Swift train and tell us about their love for Taylor Swift? Mother Teresa, her servant's heart and legacy to helping children. Absolutely. Only the Young is also about encouraging young people to vote. Ooh, that's a good one. Thank you for dropping that, Bailey.
Anna here on Facebook shares, and Frank, who persevered and still inspires people with hope.
Nice. And Frank is a good one as well.
I'd love to personally give a shout out to all of our Burrell women and women in our community that are serving in the helping field. as you all are truly making the change and the difference. This song goes out to you. Heal the world.
Oh,
Make it a better place.
we're going there, Lexi. Okay.
Where's my Grammy? Where's my Grammy? Okay.
Hazel, I am not gonna leave this segment without mentioning what you just dropped in the chat as well. The Elephant Whispers on Netflix. 2 Indian women directors won an Oscar. I am definitely adding this to my list to watch. Thank you for sharing. Malala, yes. Had to Google to spell her last name. She won the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17. She is a female education activist. Yes, she is. And she is fierce. She is a force. All right. Thank you all for tuning in to this segment. I'm going to pass it now to, is it Lexi? Back to you, Lexi, or is it Bailey?
Back to Bailey.
Back to Bailey, passing it on to Bailey. I just want to say again, thank you so much, Ellie, Naomi, Jillian, and Esther for helping us out today and talking about the wonderful women who have influenced you all. And I also want to say that I'm excited for your futures. I'm excited for what you are currently doing because you all are rocking at being the best women you could possibly be. So thank you so very much. Take it away, Bailey.
Thank you all to our amazing, amazing team here. Our DEI team is fabulous in putting these experiences together and highlighting important voices. So thank you, Marley and Kiki, for all your love, work, and attention into raising very important voices, making sure these powerful female names are said and heard. So you can watch all of our Be Well segments or Be Well Kids segments on YouTube. Check that out at your leisure. We plug that into both the Facebook and to our comment section here. But we have one final little activity to wrap things up, and it's a game called Can You Spot It? And you might notice that there are some Women's History Month themes in this game too. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a picture. We're going to give everybody about 20 seconds to visually take in as many items on this tray as possible. And then in about 15 more seconds, we're going to take this picture away and show you a new one. And your job is to figure out what is missing from this photo in the second one. So we have about 7 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're going to switch over to the next one. Now, the first one's kind of easy. Can you spot what is missing from that first picture? And if you think you got it, throw that into the chat. Feel free to unmute. This maybe is a little more tricky than I anticipated.
Mommy, you see the battery?
There's only one item missing. I'll give you a hint. Check
Can I
out
go
the
back to
bottom.
the original, Bailey?
Yes, go for it. Ooh, we do have an answer. We have a winner. These are the same photos. All right, we have a winner here in our comments on Zoom. It is the sunglasses. So if you pop over to that next one, Lexi, you'll see those sunglasses that are missing. Okay, so here's another one. Take in visually everything you can, because there's going to be another one. Now, what is missing? Can you pick it out? Woo! Getting some answers. Got a couple right answers here.
I think the rock.
The rock is right there. See it?
Yes,
All right, we have a couple correct answers. It was the candle. I'm going to pop that over. That sneaky little candle was hiding this time. Okay, we're going to start with a new tray here for our last one. All right, take about 20 seconds.
But Mama, it's not on a tray. It's not a tray.
It's not a tray, you're right. Thank you for that correction. I appreciate that. So take in about 5 more seconds. Everything you can. Let's see.
In my cheeseburger.
I did put your cheeseburger in there. The snake's having a cheeseburger. All right, let's flip it over to the next picture and see if you can spot what's missing. Ooh, we're getting, yeah. It is, no, it's not that one. We're getting lots of correct answers though. That little raptor was sneakily holding a diamond pin, and now that pin is missing.
Did it eat it?
It may have ate it. I don't know.
That's really
Raptor
really
Blue may have ate the diamond pin. Thank you all so much for taking a moment to just play a little bit. We do want to take the chance to get our final self-assessment in before we wrap up today's amazing segment. So we'll get over there. We were going to do a bonus. We ran out of time. Bummer. Next time. All right. So let's take inventory of where we are now on that 0 to 5 scale. How are you feeling in this moment? What do you think? So again, thank you all for taking the time to come and participate with us. If you notice that rating drop, just be aware of what helped it drop today. If you notice that you're right where you are or it increased, take note of that too. That's all information to help us know how to best care for our brains. We have some, thank you again. Yes, thanks, Marley, to all of our guests for being here and sharing and being so brave and sharing about some inspiring women for you. I'm going to hand it back off to Lexi to wrap us up. Thanks, Lexi.
Thank you. And a huge thank you to you, our kiddos on the line, as well as all of the kids at heart that participated with us today. As we wrap up, we want to be sure that you all are connected to further Be Well resources. One of those being the self-care bracket that you see here on the left, a great activity to do, both you as an adult or together with your family as a family practice, really being able to do a hope-inspired activity each day and utilizing this bracket to determine an overall winner, especially in the spirit and season of March Madness taking place right now. Lastly, we want to be sure that you all are aware that there's many more Be Well connections. Our last big one for the month of March is taking place on Zoom next Thursday, March 23rd. This is seen as a Facebook event where you can get connected to this code here and join us for 60 minutes of growing as we are going this spring season. We'd love to have you join us for that next week. Otherwise, thank you all again for tuning in. For the kiddos that are on spring break, enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you all soon. Be well, everyone. Thanks again for your time.